Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have terrible luck for the next week. In this day and age of living in cities and towns, it's pretty rare to hear of anyone being eaten by wild animals. The growth of civilization and the human population increase means we rarely get into contact with wild animals. Unless, of course, we live out in the country or go hiking to their habitats. Thank goodness for that. This does not mean that some unfortunate people have escaped being eaten by wild animals, though. Sometimes with tragic results. And some were lucky to escape with their lives with major or minor injuries. Phew! Keep watching as we tell you of 10 people whom wild animals have eaten. Number 10. Attacked by a bear. What are the odds of getting attacked by a bear? Kutu Shaw knows too well the horror having stared death in the face. In Canada 2003, Shaw, aged 46, was on a sport hunting trip as a guide when he was attacked very early in the morning. Shaw was asleep with his captain in their tent when they woke up only to find the 400-pound bear in their tent. He tried to get a knife to defend himself, but couldn't find one. His captain broke free first, with Shaw hot on his heels, when he tripped on a rock and fell. Huge mistake. This gave the bear a better chance to catch him. And the bear, a 4 or 5-year-old, grabbed him by the toes and dragged him a few feet. Then the worst happened. The bear placed his paw on his back, took his head between his huge fangs, and ripped off Shaw's scalp. Luckily, the cook grabbed one of the sport hunter's guns and shot the bear twice, killing it instantly. Shaw was rushed to the hospital and endured 13 hours of surgery and 300 stitches to reattach the ripped scalp. Ouch. Number 9. Croc from the land down under. Australia is a beautiful country, but riddled with dangerous animals as well. This next story will break your heart. Jeremy Doble was a normal 5-year-old boy who disappeared from the Dainty River's edge. According to his older brother Ryan, who sadly witnessed the incident, the young boy was playing with his puppy and tried to shoo the croc away from his boxer puppy. Jeremy followed the puppy into the water, trying to get it back to shore after seeing the crocodile approaching the pup. Ryan told the police he saw the 14-foot crocodile swim away a few moments after his brother had disappeared. The croc was captured, and a special microscope was used to examine it, and the parents were devastated, as expected, when the scientists confirmed the little boy's remains were in its stomach. As broken as they were, the boy's parents requested that the authorities not kill the animal because it was just acting out of instinct. Instead, they requested that the croc go to a crocodile farm, but not be put on display. Absolutely heartbreaking. Rest easy, Jeremy. Number 8. Deadly Tiger. Ever heard of the T-24? The T-24 or Ustad was a very dangerous tiger in India. On 2 different incidents, when police searched for missing people, they found half-eaten human bodies within the tiger's vicinity of at least several hundred meters of the tiger, and telling trails of blood. The first death was a forest ranger in the Ranthambore National Park in 2015. The T-24 had a radio collar, and every time the searchers found him, he was smiling like a cat who ate the canary. Not hungry at all, signs that he had already fed on something or someone. The dangerous tiger killed at least 4 people, with the first 2 half-eaten, and the other 2, he did not get a chance to eat them because he was chased away from the body. He was eventually taken into captivity to prevent more deaths and is now in Udaipur, Sanjangar Biological Park. Number 7. Python kills boy. Hollywood movies have made movies that depict pythons as man-eating creatures, which is really not the truth. Not always, anyway. However, in South Africa, a 10-year-old boy who was unnamed was not very fortunate. The general belief is that the snake had just woken from its hibernation, and yes, you guessed it right, it was starving. A group of boys was playing nearby, and the hungry snake singled out one boy and attacked. The rest of the boys fled, but the unfortunate boy was caught in the python's vice grip, strangled, and swallowed whole. Number 6. Wolf Menace. Wolves bring to mind the many movies about werewolves. Wolves are scary and ferocious predators that hunt in packs, ruthlessly stalking their prey in formation. And a small village in Afghanistan, called Altamore Sham Sharili, was about to face these deadly predators. This tiny village lies at the bottom of the Spin Gar Mountains, which are home to hundreds of animal species, including wolves. After a particularly nasty winter, a pack of desperately hungry wolves descended the mountains searching for food, even attacking villagers. Hunger made the wolves extra aggressive, and unfortunately, they attacked 6-year-old Abdullah, who was out fetching firewood. The poor boy did not stand a fighting chance and was torn to shreds. Poor kid. What a horrible way to die. Number 5. Shark Attack. Sharks are terrifying. It seems like Hollywood is a movie for every scary animal on Earth. Remember Jaws? If you didn't catch Jaws 1 because you were too young, you probably watched Jaws 2 or 3. But either way, you know sharks don't play. In Australia, or Aussie as it's fondly called, Sam Kellett found out just how predatory sharks are. The 28-year-old lad was spearfishing off the Adelaide coast when a great white shark attacked him. His horrified friends say all they saw was a thrashing tail and blood where Kellett had been a few minutes before. The authorities could not trace the shark but found Kellett's spear gun, which had noticeable shark bite marks, and 2 weights. Number 4. Hippo craze. How much about hippos do you really know? Did you know they kill more people than all other animals, such as lions, leopards, buffaloes, and rhinos combined? Well, now you know. The deceptively innocent and even goofy-looking animals with their huge teeth can snap a human in two in an instant. Paul Templar was a tour guide in the 1990s on the Zambezi River in Zimbabwe. As they drifted along the river on an expedition, the hippo unexpectedly butted the tourist's canoe, tipping him over. Templar went back to save the tourist, as expected, since that was his job. When he leaned over to pull the tourist back up, the hippos burst out of the water and snatched him from his canoe. The hippo swallowed him to his waist, thrashed him about, and crushed his arm into a pulp. Templar lived. The tourist unfortunately drowned. Number 3. Grizzly bear madness. Bear attacks occasionally happen in rural Montana. Being attacked by one bear twice in a day sounds crazily unbelievable. This actually did happen to Todd Orr, though, a knife maker and trail engineer. The 50-year-old was out hunting for elk when he spotted a grizzly and her cubs. Grizzly bears are very aggressive when protecting their babies. But I mean, what mother isn't? And she charged at Todd, who used bear spray, used to keep back an attacking bear. This mother was having none of that, and she pounced on him, slashing and biting his head, then walked back into the woods, probably thinking, I got him good. That should teach him. Orr got up and started jogging back to his car, which he had left about 3 miles back. Shock on him. The grizzly came back after about 10 minutes, and this time, she was determined to put an end to this nuisance. She bit into his arm and shoulder, stood on top of him, hoping to finish him off for good. Grrr! Luckily, Orr was able to get up despite his injuries and hike 45 minutes back to his car. He drove himself to the hospital where he got 8 stitches for his gashes. While driving to the hospital, he recorded a video and posted it on Facebook for his friends, only to have it go viral with millions of views. I've heard of lightning hitting twice, but this is ridiculously unlucky. Number 2. Cougar, not sugar. In recent times, the word cougar has become associated with older women in their 40s. We definitely aren't talking about those. Cougars or mountain lions are common in most of America, and they rarely attack people, but they're also known to attack hikers or cyclists occasionally.
Sister. Theo, Tom.
These felines grow to a length of 9 feet and weigh up to 120 kilograms or 260 pounds. Now that's a big cat. Robert Najowski, a 55-year-old Pino Alto, New Mexican resident, lived alone in his mobile home when a cougar pounced on him, killed him, partially ate his body, and buried the remains. When his brother reported him missing, a search party set out to look for him a week later. The party spotted the cougar lurking in the area. They quickly made a report to the Department of Game and Fish, who shot the animal and did not kill it, but only wounded it. Number 1. The laughing hyenas. Hyenas have a chilling, cackling cry that sounds almost like human laughter. Probably why they're the laughing stock of the animal kingdom. They typically scavenge for leftovers and eat anything, quite literally anything, if they are super hungry. Hyenas can also hunt, make no mistake about that. They can take down a massive animal like an antelope and hunt in packs, but only if they have to. They're pretty opportunistic fellas. One unlucky John Doe from Nairobi, Kenya in East Africa became that anything one evening while going home. The packs of hyenas dragged the man into a maize plantation and devoured him. The next morning, as passerbys went about their business, they noticed a blood trail and crushed maize stems. Following the blood led them to the mutilated remains of the man. The man's body was partially eaten, and experts later confirmed that this was the handiwork of hyenas. Poor guy. He never stood a chance against these scavengers. So now that you've seen that animals are not always so friendly, have you decided which the scariest animal of all is? Would you fight off the animal if you were attacked? Or would you resign to your fate and wait to die? Or would you run as if your life depended on it? Wait, scratch that. Your life does depend on it. Let us know in the comments section below, and we'll definitely see you in the next video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Bye for now.